Hey there, how are you? I'm going to show you how to make a healthier version of no bake chocolate cookies. I did this with the holistic nutritionalist I'm with right now, and I made them, and I absolutely love them. And I don't know about you, but I crave something sweet sometimes, and I need something to grab. And this has been a fantastic alternative to what I would eat that I shouldn't eat. So right now, in a little pan heating up, I have 3/4 cup of peanut butter. She recommends that you use the natural peanut butter. And I know for a lot of us, a problem with this peanut butter is it's always got that oil at the top, and it just, you want to get it mixed in. So I've always held this peanut butter upside down so that the peanuts go into the oil and then you don't have the hard peanut butter at the end. Anyway, that's my suggestion. Actually, she suggested that too, but that is what I've always done. That's just a Kraft peanut butter, so it's no more expensive than a normal Kraft peanut butter. Actually, I'm not sure. It might have been $1 more, but it's well worth it because it's just peanuts, and that is so good for you. So in my pan, I have the peanuts, and I bought crunchy because I like crunchy. I'm going to add a third cup of maple syrup. I had to think about that. A third cup of maple syrup to it. I like buying maple syrup that is local because I'm trying to make these cookies as healthy as possible. That's the only maple syrup I like to buy for my family. But you could use Aunt Jemima if that's what you have in the house, or no name brand. That will still work, but it will give you more sugar. But this is better than nothing, right? So in this small saucepan, we're going to add peanut butter, maple syrup, and cocoa powder. And we need to add a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And I like cocoa powder that is, I prefer this over a hot chocolate mix. You could use like a hot chocolate mix, but pure cocoa will give it that really rich chocolate taste. And that's what I need, definitely need. That's what I'm looking for. So you can use Hershey's cocoa too, would be another one. This is Raudel. It is a really good Dutch processed one, so it's very chocolatey. So, okay, in that pan, I have my peanut butter, my maple syrup, and my cocoa. I'm just going to stir that up, and it's going to go on low for a little while till we get the peanut butter melted. And then we'll be adding it to our oats. Scoop that out and eat it. I'm telling you, it looks so good. Anyway, just a little bit till we get that peanut butter nice and melted so that I can mix it with the oats. I don't want it to burn. All right, so you're going to have 1.5 cups of rolled oats, which I have in here, and you're going to add that to it. You're going to add a little bit of sea salt to it and a little bit of vanilla. Mix that up. And 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. The reason behind the coconut oil is that it adds a good oil to it that you're going to benefit from having. Coconut oil that I buy is always hard, except for the summer. So it needed to be melted so I could use it. So, Hallie. Okay, I'm just going to leave that a little bit till that melts. So while that is melting there, I wanted to show you making my breakfast. I totally love making this breakfast. So what I do is I take 1/2 cup of rolled oats, put it into this dish. And then I'm going to add a bunch of stuff to it. So we add almonds. Now these are dry roasted. This is not what I recommend. This is what I have in the house. I fully believe in using up what you have in your house and not wasting food. The reason I don't care for this is because they're salted, and I don't want any more salt in my system than I have. So then I'm going to take some flax meal. I got some flax meal seeds, and I grind them up, and I save them in the fridge, and I just do a little bit at a time to keep them fresh. So that was 1 tablespoon of flax. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. That makes it more filling, keep you going for the day. And I'm going to add some hemp hearts. These are really good they have 10 grams of protein, which is great, 12 grams of omega-3 and 6 in them, which is also good for you. Trying to think how I add the magnesium, if it's the hemp or Hallie or the chia seeds. Hallie smells peanut butter and thinks she should have some. All right, that's getting there. I'd like that to melt up a little more. Okay, so we're going to add some hemp to it. And yes, your hemp and your flax and everything is pricey, but you don't use a lot. Do you want to, Hallie? Just a tablespoon. But it is so good for you. Gives you lots of energy, fills you up for the day. Okay, and then I'm going to add some PB powder. You could add just plain peanut butter. I like the PB powder because it doesn't stick to all my dry ingredients. We're going to add a cup of milk. You can add any kind of milk you like. I prefer to add the almond milk. That is, I like almond milk in this, and I like it in my smoothies. Go sleep. I use a silk almond, non-sweetened, and you're going to add a cup because if you added half a cup of oats, you always add double the liquid. So there's my oats. I'm just going to add a spoon of honey to that, a teaspoon of honey to it. I add the honey to sweeten it up. I can go without it, but the honey, actually I'm going to put a teaspoon in. The honey has so much benefits for us, and because it's local, our bees make this honey, and it helps with allergies. So there we go. Honey in there. Mix that up. Now you can add, I add sometimes half a banana, and I cut it up and put it in, and the banana stays it doesn't blacken. And that's really liquidy. But in the morning, this will be more solid. I pop it in a bowl and I heat it up. You do not have to heat it up. You can eat it cold. You can take it to work with you, and it can be a snack. So if you're not someone to eat breakfast in the morning, making this and having it in the fridge, and you could make 2 or 3 ahead. Having this in the fridge is a great morning snack to have. And like I said, you can have it cold. You don't have to heat it up. But there's my fruit. Everything in there, all set to go. Great snack to keep you going, especially you busy moms out there when you're rushing to things. It's nice to have this, even be great to have before going to bed if you haven't eaten broccoli all day. I tend to not eat before I go to bed, but great like mid-afternoon when you're hungry, it'd be a great thing to have. Okay, are we ready here? Peanut butter's taking forever. It's not as runny as I'd like. Okay, so we're going to add the peanut butter to the oats. Tell me I could just eat that. Look, so good. And we're going to add our vanilla and our sea salt. That to this. And how much sea salt was it? 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, so hardly any. Not even sure why we put it in, but we'll follow the instructions. I love these cookies, but when I made them, they always called for like a cup of sugar, and it was just way too much for that's more than I want. It was way too much sugar for me. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong spoon there. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I have a tablespoon here, but I'm just going to use a little bit. All right, now we're going to stir that up. Mix the oats with the chocolate. Yum, yum, yum. And then I have I call them a muffin scoop that I'm going to use to put on a parchment paper or a non-stick top cookie sheet. I have the silicone liners, and then you stick it in the freezer for about, how long does it go in the freezer? An hour? Line a baking sheet parchment, form the cookie doughs in a golf ball, and then you squish it down with your hand. Place in a baking sheet. Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours in the freezer, and then it's ready. Now, they say you can keep the cookies in the freezer and eat them that way. I will tell you, I put them in a glass dish in the fridge, and I took them out. I mean, it's going to make 8 cookies, and I ate them all, I think, in a week. But it was a great snack. You could leave these as balls and make little protein balls out of them. You could add a little bit of protein to them by adding, you could add some chia seeds to it. You could add protein powder to it and make them more filling that way. But for me, this is more so I don't crave. And oh my dog, she's getting over kennel cough. Poor thing was so sick for a good week. It was awful. She's finally getting her energy back, and she's making a bunch of noise over there. Anyway, okay, so you mix it in. I would prefer my peanut butter to be more runny. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't have, it's a brand new jar. I opened it up, and if there was not enough oil in it, but you could add coconut oil to this. And what you're going to do is you're going to form a ball like so, and you're going to place that on your cookie sheet, and you have cookies. Really good cookies, and there's no baking to it. It's all done. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I will catch up with you next week. Take care. Oh, comment below what you'd like to see me find more recipes for. I've been working big time on sheet pans, and I'm going into marinades now. And I found some spices, by the way. If anybody's interested in new ideas for spices where Epicure has disappeared for now. We're hoping to see something come back in the future. But for now, if you're looking for spices, you're out of spices, I do have a new line that I can show you. Okay, everybody, take care.